This is a 66 blackface Princeton Reverb. This is an added mid pot in the extension speaker hole. You can see what we've done up on the bass pot. There was a 6.8K resistor from this tab of the bass pot soldered to the body of the bass pot, which is ground. That 6.8K resistor sets the permanently set the mid-range point in this amp. So a lot of people talk about and perform this mod to get a little mid-range control. It's really quite simple, as you can see. I've got the red wire coming to our pot with a knob. And there's the pot. The wire is running to the middle lug of our new 25K pot. And the left lug, as you're looking at the back of it, is soldered to the body of the new pot, which is soldering it to ground. So basically, all we've done in removing the 6.8K resistor is to put a 25K pot in its place. Now I want to show you the various ranges you get with a 25K pot in place of a 6.8K resistor. So you can see here I've got the pot turned all the way down, and we're getting almost total bypass, 1.8 ohms of resistance, which is basically nothing. And so as we turn the pot up, we get to 250 ohms, 400 ohms. By 3, it's 1.4 ohms. By 5, it's 3.3 ohms. And as we roll it up and we get to about 7, there's 6.73 or 6.8 K ohms at about 7, which means we've returned the amp back to stock. This is as if the 6.8K resistor was still in place. After that, you start to get actually a boost for a little bit, and then it jumps up. You actually hear a loudness improvement. The tone gets a little faster because as you get past 8 or so, it starts to cut the tone stack out of the circuit, so you get this boost and kind of a warmer, fatter tone. If we put a 50K pot in here, you get a heck of a boost because you could take the tone stack almost completely out of the circuit. But the interesting thing about the 25K is right about 7 on the knob, straight up and down, you're right back to stock. In order to get a more mid-rangey tone, I find you turn it down to about 4, but you have to turn your bass down and your treble up. Then it sounds more mid-rangey. Otherwise, when you first turn this on, you don't think you're really getting much going on with this mod. Some of you may like it, some of you may not. I don't think it does what you expect it to do. It doesn't make it act like an amp that has a mid-range pot. It acts differently. It's a bit more subtle. So you may go through it and you may not like it. Good thing is it's easy to replace. Put it back to stock by removing the pot and putting your jack back in. Pretty simple process. So try it if you think so. I'm going to do a little bit of tone setting on here. You may not hear much because it's difficult to hear much. Alright, so listening test. We've got the amp volume on about 4, treble is on 10, bass is on 4, and you can see we've got the mid pot set at 7, which is essentially stock. to turn this all the way off and see how different it sounds. So that could be construed as a little more mid-rangey, a little more thin could be another way to describe it. We got it back to stock. Now listen.